Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com, and in this video we are going to look at the best business credit cards. But first I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So best business credit cards is what we are looking at. More specifically, small business credit cards, and even more specific than that, we're really going to zone in on cards that are either cash back or sort of general points program cards versus things like co-brand travel cards. So if you are someone that has a business and you do a lot of traveling, there are good business credit cards from, the major airlines and the major hotel chains. And if you already have an airline you're doing business with, you already have a hotel chain, go and check out their specific cards. It would take forever to go through all of them and really figure out which is better, because it would depend on your travel needs and your travel preferences, all of that kind of stuff. So in this video, we are going to concentrate on the sort of general cards if you're someone that would like to get a good amount of cash back or some points that you have some flexibility to use in a lot of different ways. Also, as I make this video, there are a lot of good bonus offers on business credit cards, but some of them require a very big spend up front in order for you to obtain that bonus. And so that sort of factors into my calculations on some of these cards. How difficult is it? How much do you have to spend in order to get to that bonus? And we'll talk about that as we go along. That said, the number one business card that I think has the most appeal to the widest number of people who might be business owners watching this video is the Capital One Spark Cash Card. This is a card with no annual fee first year, $95 annual fee every year after that. The rewards program, easy to understand. You get 2% cash back on everything that you buy. So a 2% flat cash back, no categories to worry about here. Big bonus on this card, $500 if you spend $4,500 in the first 3 months of having the card. Now, $4,500 is a little bit high to spend, but for a lot of business owners, that's not necessarily a humongous hurdle. So I think that is a reasonable one to expect that you might be able to get. So $500 bonus, 2% flat cash back, no annual fee in that first year. So that first year, really nice. After the first year, when you're not going to get that bonus a second time and you're going to pay a $95 annual fee for a 2% flat cashback card, not quite as good anymore. So if you're thinking about a card that you want to hold for the long term, this is a great card up front, maybe not so good in years 2, 3, and beyond. And that's maybe when you would start thinking about moving on to one of the other cards that we talked about. But right now, the number one on our list. The number two card is a card that I usually rank as number one. The only reason it has slipped as I make this video is because the bonus opportunity requires a very big spend up front, and I don't know how many small business owners are able to spend what it takes to get it. So that is the Chase Inc. Business Preferred card, a card with a $95 annual fee. That bonus opportunity up front is 100,000 points if you can spend $15,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. So obviously a very big spend to get there. The everyday rewards on this card are good. You get 3 points per dollar on shipping. You get 3 points per dollar on internet, cable, phone services, 3 points per dollar on travel, 3 points per dollar on ads in social media and on search engines, and then 1 point per dollar everywhere else. Also, when you redeem your points, you could redeem them for cash, in which case that 100,000 point bonus you could think of as being worth $1,000, and those 3 points per dollar in those particular categories you could think of as being worth 3%. But you also could redeem for travel through Chase's Ultimate Rewards portal and get a 25% boost on those points. And in that case, you could think of that 100,000 points as being worth $1,250 in travel. And then you could also think of those 3X categories, those 3 points per dollar categories, as being worth 3.75% as sort of a reward if you redeemed them for travel through that portal. So a nice everyday card, a nice big bonus in year one, but in year two, like the Capital One Spark Cash card, you're not getting quite as much anymore. You're not going to have that bonus anymore. You're still going to be paying that $95 annual fee. Nice everyday rewards, but the value proposition definitely changes, and you'll have to think about the spending of your business in, shipping and travel and the internet, cable, phone to decide if that $95 annual fee continues to make sense. The number three card on our list is a no annual fee credit card. So unlike the first two cards cards that we talked about. You won't have to do as much of a value equation from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 and beyond because you're not going to be paying an annual fee on this card. That is the U.S. Bank Cash Rewards Business MasterCard. No annual fee, 3% cash back at gas stations, 3% back at office supply stores, 3% back on cellular services and equipment, 1% back anywhere else. Bonus opportunity on the card of $500 if you spend at least $3,000 in the first 3 months that you have the card. So a more attainable bonus if your business doesn't spend quite as much. So overall, a pretty nice package for a business that maybe doesn't spend as much. You could get that bonus. You don't have to pay an annual fee. And if those rewards categories match up to your business spending, this could be a good choice. Number 4, we are back to Chase, and that is the Inc. Business Cash Card, a no annual fee card with some nice rewards and a bonus opportunity, again, that is going to require kind of a big spend in order to get to it, at least as I'm making this video. So that bonus opportunity is 75,000 points, which would be worth about $750 if you redeemed it for cash, but you have to spend $7,500 in the first 3 months of having the card in order to get that bonus. So you'd have to ask yourself if you can do that. In terms of everyday rewards, you are going to get 5% cash back on office supply store purchases and on internet cable phone purchases on up to $25,000 in combined purchases in those categories. You'll get 2% back at gas stations and restaurants, again on up to $25,000 in purchases in those categories, combined gas and restaurants, and then you get 1% back everywhere else. So a pretty nice no annual fee business card, even on an everyday basis, even without the bonus, but if you can reach the bonus, that's when it gets really good. Number 5 and 6 on our list are the 2 American Express Blue Business Cards. The first one is the Blue Business Cash Card. No annual fee, 2% cash back on everything that you buy. There is a yearly cap of $50,000 on that 2%. If you spend beyond $50,000, those purchases after $50,000 would get you 1%. No bonus on this card, so simple card to understand. No annual fee, 2% everywhere. That lack of a bonus is not ideal when compared to these other cards, but still this is a pretty popular business card. And then there is the American Express Blue Business Plus card, a card with a similar structure to that Blue Business Cash Card, no annual fee, but in this case you get 2 American Express membership rewards points per dollar on all of your purchases on up to $50,000 in yearly purchases. Beyond that $50,000, you get 1 point per dollar, no bonus on this card. So the difference between those 2 cards is with the cash card, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting 2% cash back. With the membership rewards program, you might be getting 2 points per dollar, but you can't say exactly what those points are going to be worth to you. If you redeem them for cash, that would actually be worse than that 2% cash card because you would not get a penny a point. You'd only get about 0.6 of a cent per point, which you could then think of it as being like a 1.2% card versus that 2% card. So that's not so good. So you would want to be redeeming for in places where you're going to get more value. In some cases, that could be gift cards. For most people, if they really like the membership rewards program, that is going to be in travel, and that oftentimes is going to be from transferring your points into the partner program of one of American Express's travel partners like Delta or Hilton or some international airlines as well. So if you're already very familiar with the membership rewards program and you know how to maximize those points, you might like this card better. If you don't really want to think about that and you just want straight cash back, that Blue Business Cash Card would make more sense for you. So those are what I think of as the big 6 of small business credit cards. Knowing nothing about how much your business spends or what you spend that money on, I would think you could look at those 6 cards and one of those would jump out at you as the card that you could make your primary card. Now we are going to look at some other cards that I think could be complementary to those cards, or maybe they are niche cards where if you had a certain type of business, they would even be something that you would prefer to the cards that we already talked about. The first card in this group, another Chase card. It's the Inc. Business Unlimited card, and honestly, it makes the list solely because it has a big upfront bonus opportunity if you can spend a lot. Like the other Chase card we talked about, 75,000 bonus points worth $750 if you can spend $7,500 in the first 3 months of having the card. No annual fee. The everyday rewards on this card, 1.5% cash back across the board. That's okay, but it's only okay if you attain that bonus. We already talked about other cards where you could get 2% on an everyday basis. So this card really is about that bonus. Next up, Costco and Sam's Club both have pretty good business cards if you are a paid member of these warehouse clubs. The Costco Anywhere Visa business card gives you 4% back on your gas purchases on up to $7,000 in yearly gas purchases, 3% back on travel and dining, 2% at Costco, 1% everywhere else. No bonus on that card. The Sam's Club Business MasterCard, 5% back on gas and up to $6,000 in yearly gas purchases, 5% back at Sam's Club if you are a paid plus member at Sam's Club. That is the $100 membership level. There's also the $45 membership level. So if you're paying $100 to Sam's Club, well, then you're going to get 5% back at Sam's with this card. If you're at the $45 level of membership, you're getting 3% back at Sam's. 3% on dining, regardless of which level you are at, 1% back on everything else. When you sign up and are approved for the card, you will get a $30 bonus, kind of nominal, but better than nothing. And it makes sense right here to talk about the two Amazon business credit cards from American Express. If you are a paid Amazon Prime member, there is the Amazon Prime business card that is going to give you 5% back on Amazon purchases, including Amazon.com, Amazon Business, AWS, Amazon Web Services, Whole Foods. You'll get 2% back at restaurants, 2% at gas stations, 2% on wireless services, 1% everywhere else. As a new cardholder, once you are approved, you will get a $125 statement credit, at least as I make this video. So that obviously could change. Now, if you're not a Prime member, there still is the Amazon business card from American Express, not for Prime members. And that one is a no annual fee card that is pretty much the same, except you're getting 3% on those Amazon purchases, still the 2% on dining, and the other categories, 1% everywhere else. Bonus is a little different. You get $100 at least as I make this video when you are approved for that card. 3 other business credit cards to talk about quickly here that have at least one feature that I think might interest you. First is the Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards Card. You get 3% cash back in a category of your choice from a list that Bank of America provides. You're getting 2% back on grocery and wholesale club purchases, 1% everywhere else. There's no annual fee here. There's a $300 bonus opportunity. TD Bank has its Business Solutions Card, 3% back on internet cable phone services, some other enhanced categories. Again, a no annual fee card with a $300 bonus opportunity could make that card attractive to you. The Lowe's Business American Express card, if you are a contractor in particular, you might find this one interesting. You're going to get 5% off all of your Lowe's purchases when you use the card. And then there also is a rewards category on top of that where you're going to get points that you can redeem for Lowe's gift cards or American Express gift cards. And then finally, I would probably be remiss if I did not bring up the American Express Platinum Business Card and the American Express Business Gold Card. Both of these cards obviously very well known and many businesses use them as their primary card. For me, when I'm looking at a list of best business cards, I don't put these on it because of the fact that they have very big annual fees. $595 on that Platinum card, $295 on the Gold card, and I think for a lot of small businesses, what you get from these cards is not necessarily going to justify that fee. The Platinum card may be a little more justifiable to a lot of businesses, especially if you do a lot of travel, because you're going to get 5% back on your airline purchases and your prepaid hotel purchases. When you book through AmexTravel.com, you're going to get airport lounge access. There's big bonuses on both the Platinum and the Gold card. So for some businesses, these cards do make sense, and depending on what your spend is, you definitely should take a look at them and decide, but those are big annual fees, and so you have to be either traveling a lot with that Platinum card or running a lot of charges through your card for that Gold card maybe to make sense. To me, when I look at sort of the cards that have the biggest appeal across the largest number of small business owners, these cards don't make the list, but I definitely wanted to mention them. So plenty to choose from there. Obviously, your ranking of these business cards would be different than mine based on what your business spends on, how much it spends, all that kind of stuff. But a good crop of cards there for you to take a look at and figure out which 1, 2, 3 cards match the spending that you are doing. If you have any questions, comments, put those in that comment section below. If there's a good business card that I forgot about, I would love to hear that as well. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals. and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thank you for watching. Bye.